Okay guys, so welcome. So over the last couple of weeks I've been playing around. It's got a lot of work to do yet, but I'm currently in my new filming studio. So I've set up all my reels, my rods. I've set up a station for making rigs, which is the side of me, and I've set up a filming area where I can basically sit and do some tutorials and other stuff like that. So lots up and coming. There is going to be a channel separate to my normal Sea Angling Adventures channel, which is going to be purely for this sort of stuff, for tackle reviews and stuff like that. So I will get it uploaded. I'm waiting to think of a name really. So if any of you come up with a good name for me, be sure to upload it to the comments, or even better on the Facebook page, and I can go through it. Now, today's video is going to be quite controversial, and it's going to be about the best reel multiplier ever made, in my opinion. Now, a lot of people will be expecting to see a lot of different reels. I've put it online a few weeks ago, and I had a lot of different comments and stuff on there regarding what is the best. Now, wait for it. I've got it in my hand here at the moment. I'm not sure if it's in shot. I don't think it is, but I'll bring the beauty into play in a minute. But I just want to say, there's been a lot of reels over the years, contenders for best multiplier. Now, with a multiplier, when you're looking for the best, in my opinion, you're not just looking for something what does one thing. You're looking for something what does everything. So light line fishing, you can go and catch pace with it. You can go and catch flounder with it. You can go and catch a lot of different species and stuff like that. Cod, congers and stuff like that. So you're looking for a perfect all-rounder. And even though there's a lot of contenders on the market, I feel out the box there isn't, and there isn't been to this day. But the reel I have in question, even though it's converted, out the box is still up there with one of the best reels ever made. In my opinion, the best reel ever made, and I'll go through the reasons why. Now, the leading brands with reels, if we look over the past, you're looking at Penn, looking at Shimano, and you're looking at Daiwa. Three contenders of real companies what's been going for many years and stood the test of time. A lot of people will be Shimano fans, a lot of people will be Daiwa fans, and a lot of people will be Penn fans. Myself, growing up, I was a big Penn fan. I loved all the Penns. I had the original 525s, then I had the 525 mags. I had the 535s that I used to use for conger fishing and stuff like that. And it was just a reel, me personally, had mags and stuff where I could set the reel and stuff like that. And I found it very easy to use. And then it went on to the Mag 2s. So I actually learned to cast with the original Penn 525 mags, super mags. And then I got the knobby mags, the tournament sort of style mags on them, as most of us did back then. And then slowly went on to the Mag 2s. Went on to the Mag. I didn't really go on to the Mag 3s, if I'm honest. I did have a pair of the Mag 2s, but a lot of people went on to the Mag 3s, and then a lot of people have gone on to the Mag 4s now. They're a very big, high demanding multiplier, what's been going on for years. And with that, they had the built-in mag. Now, when it comes to like the Penn 525 Mag 2 sort of style, the Penn Fathom come out then, and we were getting them converted and stuff like that. Me personally, it's one of my favourite reels of all times. And when I was talking about doing this review, it was an odd one because it was a close contender in my opinion. But I've got to go on wear and tear on that. And what I find is, out of the box, I'm not a fan of the Fathom. When I put the mag conversion on, it totally transforms the reel. The Mark 1s especially, I can't speak for the Mark 2s, guys. I haven't gone down that route, if I'm honest, because, as I said before, there was stuff what they needed to do. They just needed to add a mono mag, and it would have been perfect. But they've decided to go for the clicky system still. And for me personally, even though it's a nice reel, I haven't done it. I got the Penn casting specials and loved them at first. I was a bit disappointed with the knob mag, where it was positioned and stuff like that. But at the same time, I just found that after using them for 12 months, they weren't standing up to the test, to the abuse I was giving them. And the Penn Fathom Mark 1s stood up to the test of time for many years for me. I've got to be honest, and I've got loads of pairs of them now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 pairs. So I've got 5 pairs of the 15s, and I've got 3 pairs of the 12s, individuals reels, sorry. So not pairs. I wish I did have that many reels, but no, it's a thing. So I've got quite a few pen fathoms there. I've got 3 12s and the rest are all 15s. So I use the 12s for like £15 mainline for like soling and placing and stuff on Jezzo. Maybe got to 18 on it, but mostly £15 line on them. And then I've got the £20 line on the 15s, what I use for raying. That's all I use them for, if I'm honest. There's a very smooth running reel, and that's why I use them. But I do find they don't last forever. And unfortunately, it's one of the downsides of them. So with that in mind, this is the contender of the reel I'm going to put to you. Now, over the years, when they first come out, I didn't give them because of my love for the Fathom, I didn't give them the credit they deserve. And over the years, and I think a lot of you are going to give it, I'm going to give it away now, no, because you don't see many of them come up for sale. And the reasons they don't come up for sale is because they're just workhorses. They last forever. They really do. I'm going to introduce it now, and you've all been waiting for. BG Multiplier reel. They do it in a 20 and they do it in a 30. This here is the 30 reel. Okay, so it's a 30 size, and this, in my opinion, is one of the best reels ever made. I'm about to go and tell you why now. What I find with this multiplier, and for people that I've spoke to and stuff like that, I've had them before many years ago. As I said, I went back to the Fathom just because I was a bit of a pen fanatic, if I'm honest. But very nice reel, and the reason I've got them again now is because of just being a pure workhorse. I was looking for something what I could cast £25 mainline with, something what's going to make me get like a smooth running reel, so it's not restricting my casting and that, and at the same time something what's not going to give in under pressure. And this is what I believe, guys, is one of the best reels, if not the best reel in my opinion, available ever on the market. And this is what I'm going to say to you. Now, I've got one in the van, unfortunately, but they do a new version of these, which is the Saltis blues, black and blues, and they've had problems with them, a lot of them, with the star drag, and then it basically won't go into gear. It's not just a friend of mine's reel. There's a few guys what have messaged me and saying, do you know any guys what obviously do reel services and that, because I've got this problem with my reel. And it's not just one or two, there's a lot of different people having the fault with them, guys. And what I feel is the Saltiga is probably one of my favourite looking reels, if not, and I love using it. But I feel it's just a beefed up version where a lot of them was hard plastic or nice plastic, whatever. They're a solid reel, a bit like these really, but obviously stainless steel. But they like a chrome finish. But the difference is they're not made the same as these, right? And I'm gonna go out there and say it, and maybe I shouldn't, but in my mind, with these BBG 30s, once you got them, you wouldn't need to buy another reel for many, many years, if not forever. I mean, they are proper workhorses. They last the test of time if they're looked after. Where I feel and a friend of mine mentioned it to me, he said, Andy, do you think they do it on purpose? Because if they come out with the perfect reel, they wouldn't sell no more reels. And it made me think. And I just don't understand why this was discontinued, if I'm honest, because it's one of the best, if not the best reels ever made, as I said. And a lot of you up out there were saying, I totally agree with you, Andy. The other people were saying, no, I didn't like them, whatever like that. I promise you they are. They're very hard to get hold of. I want to get 3 pairs of these, okay? I've managed to get 2 pairs. I drove to North Wales to get a pair once. A few weeks back I managed to get a pair of these, and I've got these from a guy I know in Plymouth, and to be honest, I was very, very lucky. It was the right place, right time. A friend of mine's, fisher friend Steve Arnold from Plymouth, he messaged me and said, do you have the black and gold down? There's a post on there. So he forwarded me the post on, and then he messaged the guy individually, and I messaged him individually. And within the hour, I told him straight away I'll have them. Within the hour, I went over, paid the cash, and picked them up. They're magged, converted on the side of them, and I took them home, and I've basically given them a clean off, given them a quick service, and they're running very, very quickly. So I'm going to be using these this week. And I've also sent another pair off to Chris Macy. And I've also bought another pair of 40s, okay? So that's what I think about them. I've managed to do it very quickly. And the reason I've managed to do it very quickly is to make sure I've got them. Because, unfortunately, reels you don't. There's some of my fishing stuff I've had over the years, and I think to myself, like the Flatty Fanatics, I got offered really good money for my Flatty Fanatics, and at the time I was thinking, yes, it's no brainer, isn't it? But the trouble is I can't replace them. No matter for that money, even though I probably got triple the amount of money that I paid for them, it didn't make no difference because I can't get them again. You know what I mean? And it's I look back now, I think to myself, why did you sell that? Or why did you sell that? And a lot of people do it, don't they? We all do it from time to time. I mean, the other year I had so many reels and rods and stuff like that. Going back 10 years ago now, I had a rod for everything. So I had like HSTs, Primo Synchros, the compressor super sports, tip tornado sports, like just ridiculous HSMs, and just like I didn't need it all. And I thought one year I went and just cleared everything out, and I stuck with the Ziplexes. Now I don't know why, but I love the Zocron rods and I love the Century rods, and at the moment I went on a bit of an eliminator spree. So I've bought the T900s and I've bought the T1000s and I've bought the T1200s, and I've bought them for different reasons really. I bought the T9s for everything, beach, like work and anything like that. I didn't want to use them on the rocks, even though they would handle it. So I bought the T1s, and at first I feel they were a bit too much of a rod for what I'm looking to do with them. Very stiff tip, but at the same time I've been using them now in fast tides and stuff like that. But when you put them up against Gav's rods, Gav's tip's a lot leaner, you know what I mean? And it's sometimes depending on what species you're targeting. I mean, if you're after bullets and you like monster, like that sort of like big fish, T1000 is one of the best rods on the market for it. But I want something in between the T1s and T9s now, so I'm not sure what I'm going to go for. I've got the 435s as well, so I don't know what to go for. I don't know what to go for really, but it's an odd one, isn't it? But yeah, I bought the T12s for going over to Fort Ventura, and because I was looking, I thought I don't really want to go for the fixed ball. I thought I'm going to go for like the I'm going to go for like a multiplier. So I bought the black and gold 40s to go with them. When I went and purchased them, I picked them up for a guy in Exeter. He said to me, I've been spoiled in Fort Ventura 3 times with those reels. I said, you having a laugh? He said, yeah, it's not enough grunting power. He said, I'm going to go for a slammer. So he's going for fixed balls instead, because obviously the power, obviously the drag power of them, I think they're like 65 pound drag. And I mean, by the time you get 65 pound drag on and you're leaning into that, you're either going to go towards a fish or the fish is coming towards you. But I got the black BG 40s, what I've sent off to be magged. I'm picking them up this weekend from Chris. And I've bought them for congering and stuff like that. And to be honest, if I want to go, like, I don't know, wherever I need it, like maybe if I wanted to do a bit of skate fishing and stuff like that, I think they would handle it fine, you know what I mean? But more than anything, these are the babies right here. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is my number one choice for the best reel ever made. And as we'll go through now, and I'll tell you the reasons why. The new reels are made of like a hard anodized plastic, where these are a solid frame. So you've got exactly the same frame on these as you do the Sotigas, except from this is finished off in a black, which, to be fair, I very much like. You've got finished off with the gold, i.e. the black and gold colours, and they're just workhorses. They really are. If you hear that now, that's not an upgraded ratchet. That's a ratchet you get with a reel. Don't need to upgrade the ratchet. It's fine out the box. With the black and blue ones now, you have to upgrade the ratchet because they've gone from being a solid to like a hard. I'm not even sure what they're made of. They're just not very good. So with my Sotigas and the black and blues I had before, I had to upgrade the ratchet straight away, and just everything about it really. I mean, look-wise, you wouldn't say no different. One's black and one's blue. One's black, one's gold. But for casting, you wouldn't know much difference, if I'm honest, but for general wear and tear, that will outdo all of them, and I promise you that. And any of the guys was on here, and I've been looking for a pair for a little while now, and everybody I spoke to was like, I would never get rid of my black and golds, never, and I can see why, and I know why. So my advice to all of you out there, and I'm probably doing myself over because I want another 2 pairs of these. If you do got them and you don't want them and you're looking to get rid of them and you want to give them to a nice place who's willing to pay cash, hook me up, give us a call. I will come and collect them if need be. That's what I'm after. I'm after another 2 pairs of these. I've got 2 pairs of them at the moment. I've actually got another pair of them, and I've got a third. Unfortunately, I don't know why, I bought one on eBay, and they took the ratchet out and fitted the mag inside, and I'm not sure why, because all I can think of that they got done by someone what doesn't know what they're doing with the mag conversions, because I would only go two places, if I'm honest, guys, for getting my reels magged: Chris Macy and Phil Stairs. Okay, I've used Chris. I can just send them off to Chris, and obviously I can get them picked up, or he'll send them back to me, or whatever like that. Or exactly the same with Phil. I can drive down to Seaton down in Cornwall there, and you can get them done by Phil as well. So that both of them know exactly what they're doing, and they're both as good as each other with it. To be honest, I'll send it on to Chris. I can go and pick them up from Chris, have a bit of a fish in Wales for the day, and then come back, and you know what I mean, I'm happy. I mean, this time he's done my black and golds 30s, my black and gold 40s, and he's done my pen Fathom 15s. So he's done 6 reels for me, which is ideal. But as I said, it's something that I would recommend doing with the mag conversion, because it just allows you to be in total control, as I've done in the past video. But if you don't, you can use the brake blocks exactly the same way as the C lines. The good thing about this is a solid pinion and that in there as well, so you've got full confidence in the reel, where after those C lines now, I've always been a big fan. They're very, very nice reels. They run very nice, and they're very, very smooth. I mean, the ones I was using yesterday at Bremen, they were flying, and I mean flying, to the point of a bit too fast really. But with full pendulum cast, I was getting away with it. But if I wanted to flick it, I'd have to slow it down straight away, which sometimes is not what you want, is it? But yeah, but unfortunately, guys, I did have a production for you. But I haven't set up my settings on my camera properly, and I changed it because I'm filming a lot of the new stuff, short videos in 4K. But I'd done a video, and unfortunately I've done everything on it. It was just 28 mini videos, so you probably had about an hour and a half production there. I had fish, me catching, I had a specimen black bream yesterday, and also had some really good information and like footage on camera. But I shot it in 240 frames per second, and when I watch it, it starts being alright, and then it cuts into the slow motion, and it drags forever. I mean, 18 hours of slow motion footage is just ridiculous. And I can't edit it, so because I've already filmed in it. So that's gone into the bin. I've managed to get a few photos of it, and yeah, hopefully I'll be out with this bad boy this week. So yeah, that, ladies and gentlemen, is my opinion on the world's best multiplier ever made. The Daiwa BG 20s or 30s, the BG range basically. How it stands up to other reels now on the market is one of them. For me personally, I've never seen an issue with them. I've never heard about issues with them. They've all stood the test of time. They've been battered, they've been abused, thrown around the rocks and stuff like that, and they still come strong. I don't intend to do that with it. As you can see now, it's very, very pretty. It's got the odd scruff in that. I've tidied it up a little bit, which I like to look after my gear, if I'm honest, especially when you've got stuff like that, because at the end of the day, any of you, if you've got reels and you want to look after them, look after them. It's easy enough to do. When you're on the rocks, don't go just chucking them down and that, you know what I mean? I'll do it with my rods and that now. You know, my rods are in rod bags and stuff like that. People take and make that, gaff this ties around these rods and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's a lot of money you pay for them and that, and especially getting rod built and that these days is a nightmare. I mean, I had a bit of a bad experience with my rods being my SUs last time, and it's put me off getting them built. But if I was going to do it again, I would probably go further up the line now. I mean, there's a guy, Roscoff, I think his name is, from up, he does all the Ziplex and Century rods, and then you've got Styling in South Wales there, I believe, who does rod building as well. So yeah, it's probably, that's the only places I would go to, if I'm honest. But as I said, going on a little bit now. See, I got a bit sunburnt yesterday. Breaming. Absolutely burnt to a crisp. But it was a good day out. I was gutted I didn't get it on camera for you, if I'm honest, because it really was a good day. But unfortunately, it's one of them things. But it's trying to get, this is why I've done the studio a little bit, if I'm honest, because I get bombarded with videos, people asking me to do rigs and stuff like that. And it's something I don't mind doing, but at the same time, I don't want to bombard the group, my Single Adventures, because at the end of the day, the Sea Angle Adventures is supposed to be there for like fishing trips and stuff like that, productions. And I went and bought the drone in that. And if I'm honest, I know I've from time to time I'll sit and flick through YouTube and see what's going on. And this day and age now, there's every Tom, Dick and Harry is doing fishing videos, isn't they? And to be honest, because of everybody using the drones and stuff like that constantly, I think some of the videos are a lot better looking than what I've been doing of recent. But it's hard, guys, because at the same time, I know I want to obviously encourage people to get out there and fish and that, but some of the places where we go, I can't do that. And the reason, if I'm honest, is because I don't want to be upsetting a lot of people. I mean, I still get it now, and I think people will respect the fact that of what I'm doing. I try to show what I'm doing in this and show how I'm doing it and stuff like that, so people can go out there and try it as well. But sometimes it's not all about, oh, you should be doing this and giving them marks and stuff like that away, because I don't agree with it. At the end of the day, some of the marks especially is on people's doorstep, and nothing worse than having a mark what gets bombarded with thousands and thousands of anglers, where you want to go down there, all of a sudden a decent fish is caught, and you've been down there for the last 10 Saturdays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays, Thursdays or whatever, 3 nights a week down on this certain venue and out catching fish or not catching fish. Someone goes down, catches a big fish, and all of a sudden it's bombarded. You can't get down there and that. So I do get it, because there is a lot of fish followers out there. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. It's the way fishing's gone. I don't agree with it, but personally, at the same time, with the cost of what fishing costs, you can't blame people at the same time, can you? I mean, me and Gav were talking about the other day, when you want to go fishing now, especially with the fuel, I mean, most of the places I travel is at least an hour away, and you put that with bait and everything else. I know people think we get given everything and that, but I assure you we don't. And the reason I've done it is exactly the same thing, is because I just think people see through it. At the end of the day, I stay loyal to certain companies and stuff like that, more than anything because they're friends. And you do things to help people out at the end of the day, and that's the way I see it, you know what I mean? But same as everything in the world, really, isn't it? So we all need friends, and it's all about looking after each other, really. So yeah, but as I said, lots more to come to the channel, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a little bit of feedback here. It's a question I keep getting asked and stuff, and I thought, you know what, I'll do something on it. But yeah, there you go, guys. The black and gold BG. That, in my opinion, is the #1 multiplier ever made. Let's hear your thoughts in the comment box below. Don't forget to subscribe. Anybody new to the channel, I do apologise for this boring experience. Do check out Sea Angling Adventures and some of the other videos that I've done. I mean, a lot of the stuff on there are proper fishing videos, especially the stuff we've done and some of the stuff we've done in the past. There's more professional productions. There's like this sort of thing, like laid back, sort of like just chilling out, talking to the camera about different products. There's reviews. There's a bit of everything, really. And at the same time, it's nice to. It's like I've sort of built a community with anglers from all around the UK, and it's a friendly environment. You know what I mean? I never let people go on there and argue and be negative on the channel. It's about obviously sharing your experience, sharing your thoughts and stuff like that, and away we go. But I'm going to go and have a bath, and had a long day at work, and hopefully have a bit of dinner and get my head down for the night. But yeah, I'll be out and about with it this week, and until then, tight lines, till the next time.